right, build wealth, build life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host.
All right, my beautiful people, thanks so much for tuning in. This is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator and founder of New Black Wall Street. We're back here with New Black Wall Street, the Money and Power Show. So hopefully you are doing well. Looks like I might be, oh, okay, there we go. Thought I was stuck for just a little bit, but we're on the Money and Power Show. And what is this show about, guys? It's basically two things that I believe that we've been taught not to talk about. I believe if we talk more about those things, we'll find ourselves in a wealthier place in this capitalistic society. Number one is money. That's right, money, or what I like to call economics, or what I call cash flow. See, money should always be flowing. It never should stop to you. It should actually go through you, moving to a better place to go and work better, more harder for you than you work hard for that money. So I think money is a place we've been taught not to talk about. And because we don't talk about economics, we don't understand cash flow. And then number two, I believe the other place, which I consider power, is going to be politics. That's right, politics. We've been taught not to talk about politics, not to even enter into that arena, but that's actually a place we need to be, because you have cash flow with economics, and you have cash rules with politics. See, politics are actually the law of the land, and it determines where money flows. It is like you have a stream of money, which is the money flow, but then you have the river banks, which is the politics or the cash rules. So cash flow and cash rules. Well, guys, we're going to have a fun time today on this Monday. It's a Money Monday, and we're getting ready to talk about what's going on, what we need to know about money today in the market today. But first, let's go ahead and let you know what this show, who is sponsoring this show today. Today's sponsor is going to be Wesley Learns to Invest. That's right, Wesley Learns to Invest. This is for the first time ever, you have a kid-friendly introduction book to the stock market and to investing. So if your children do not know about investing, you simply just get them a book like this where they can read. It got illustrations. All right. And I'm going to go through them a little bit about understanding the world of investing. So this is a children's book. And how many guys are like, man, I wish I knew a little bit more about investing when I grew up? Well, here's the deal, man. A guy like Warren Buffett, who's actually the third richest man in the world, he started investing when he was 11 years old. My question to you today is, why not our kids? Why not your child? Well, the only reason why is because we're just not aware. We don't have the knowledge of the things that are available to us. We do have the access, but now we need the awareness, and then we need the knowledge. You get this book here for 20 bucks. All you got to do is just text the word invest. Text the word invest to 678-851-2400. And we'll get this book out to you ASAP. That's right. We'll get this book out to you ASAP. Hey, what's going on, Cookie? How are you? Thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much for joining. Now, I got a couple other things we want to make you aware of as well. On Wednesday, Club Millie. On Wednesday, Club Millie actually does have the Club Millie is actually having a Dow 30 investment session. What is this? Well, this is where you can actually plug in if you are new to investing. You want to learn a little bit about what this world is, how to make your money work harder for you than you work for it. Then you want to join us on Wednesday at the Dow 30 investment session. Just put the link in the comments below. And that's basically where we're going to go through the 30 most significant stocks in America. It'll be companies like Nike, Apple, Disney, Walmart, companies like that you're familiar with. And what we're doing is we're getting together to uncover investment opportunities. So you have the opportunity to join in with us at Club Millie and be a part of that Dow 30 investment session and find out a little bit about what Club Millie is all about. So at the end of the day, what is Club Millie, you may be asking? Well, that's going to be a club, an investment group where we're looking to help 1,000 people save and invest $1,000 and practice group economics. With that group economics, we'll form an investment club. We'll form a real estate investment group. We'll form peer-to-peer lending, and we also will form a venture capitalism firm. What is those four things? Well, number one, group economics with an investment club. Number two, buy the block back, stop gentrification with the real estate investment group. Number three, peer-to-peer lending, become our own bank. And number four, venture capitalism, become our own Shark Tank. You have the opportunity to be a part of Club Millie as well, but you just got to make a decision. You go to www.ergj.net if you want to join Club Millie today. That's right, a $20 decision that can change the rest of your financial life. Then also what we have going on as well at Club Millie is following that, following the Dow 30 investment session, we are going to meet to start talking about the Dow 30 fantasy stock market game. That's right, the Dow 30 fantasy stock market game. We have fun making money. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be, it's going to be a competition. who's going to be able to build the best portfolio, and then there'll be a prize at the end of the competition. So we had a Dow 30 investment session, and then next week we're going to be starting the Dow 30 fantasy stock market game. So if you want to be a part of any of that, all you got to do is click on the links. Join us this Wednesday, especially the beginners. See, you can't say, hey, I don't know. No, you choose not to know, because we're making it available to you to be a part of this wonderful world of investing, making our money work harder for us than we work for our money. And the last thing I want to make you aware of is on Saturday, we actually have a New Black Wall Street class, which is going to be showing parents how to buy stock for your kids. We just showed you the book, Wesley Learns to Invest, which is going to teach your kids a little bit about investing. We're also going to show you how you can buy stock for your kids, because your kids are minors, so they can't do it themselves, but you can put your kids in position for financial wealth and abundance moving forward. As I said, Warren Buffett started investing when he was 11 years old. Why not your kids? Well, you'll have no excuse, because this weekend we're going to show you how you can do that. And here's what I do understand, guys. Most of you guys are like, wow, how to buy stock for my kids? Most of you guys are interested in this class. But what I want to explain to you today is that I understand in society that interest does not move the needle. See, a lot of people are interested in building wealth. A lot of people are interested in their kids learning stuff, but that doesn't move the needle. What moves the needle is commitment. See, what commitment look like? What commitment is and what it looks like I registered. I just wasn't interested. I just didn't share. I didn't just applaud somebody doing something great in our community. No, I registered my kid for the class, or I registered myself for the class for my kid. So interest shows up in conversation, but commitment shows up in behavior. You gotta ask yourself, are you committed to wealth and abundance for you, your children, and your children's children? If you are, you show up. You just don't talk about it, you be about it. Don't be a hero of the word, but also be doer of the word as well. Well, guys, those are our three offers. We want to let you know about the Dow 30 investment session on Wednesday, the Dow 30 fantasy stock market game on Wednesday, and the New Black Wall Street class to how to buy stock for your kids. You have got to show up. At some point, as a Black community, we have got to move beyond the level of interest and move to the level of commitment. Hey, what's going on, Benisa? Thanks so much for joining. So if you are watching us at any other platform, maybe in a group, maybe on my personal page, maybe this has been shared to you anyway. If you want to be interacting with us on the show today, you want to come on over to ERGJ Enterprises, where we can actually talk to you, holler at you, have a good time today. What's going on, AV? What's going on, Cookie Price? Hey, if you are representing Club Millie, go ahead and put in the comments below, hashtag Club Millie. Let people know that there is strength in numbers. And here's the deal, guys. United, we bargain. Divided, we beg. That's right. United, we bargain. Divided, we beg. And at some point, we're going to have to decide to come together as a community and bargain for what we want. Hey, here's the deal, guys. Let's get right into what we need to know as we move into the market today. The market recap. Let's take a look at what happened over Friday. We had a Dow that was down 65 points. The NASDAQ was down 2 points, and the S&P 500 down 5 points. Pretty much flat across the board other than the Dow. And, of course, we're talking about the Dow on Monday. ExxonMobil's down 2%. Oh, that might be good. Fitbit, not really much going on as far as the stocks are concerned. There was a big boost for FMC Corp on Friday. It was up 13%. I had to look and see why that is. But you got a couple things that are happening there. Now, where we are as far as our commodities or our commodities are concerned, you got oil, which is now trading at $50.85 per barrel. You've got gold, which is now trading at $12.4690 per ounce. And you got silver trading at $18.28 per ounce. Gold was the only one that was marginally down, but oil is beginning to move up. So even with this supply they keep talking about that's coming from the United States and also OPEC, oil is still really hovering at that level of $49 and $50. I still think it's a great opportunity if you're looking into the oil sector or energy sector. What emotion is driving the market right now? This is what we call our volatility index. There are two emotions that drive the market: fear and greed. When people are fearful, they sell. When they're greedy, they buy. So as a total market, as investors right now, we're sitting at a 47, which is pretty much neutral. So we don't know whether we're going to swing back to fear or into greed this week, but that's where we sit right now. And but what that tells me is I'm pretty much holding right now for a lot of my positions. I'm not really looking to get into anything new until I can see where the market is going. That's just what I'm doing. You may want to take a look at that for yourself. Now, over the past 3 months, here are your top. Here's what's been hot in the market, and here's what's not been hot. Everybody put in the comments below hot, and how everybody put in the comments below hot and not hot. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. What's been hot in the market and what's not been hot. So what we have here. What's going on, Marvis? How are you there? Thanks so much for joining. What's been hot in the market? We have over the past 3 months, we have electronic technology, which is now 13.7, almost 14% over the past 3 months. Now, just imagine, guys, just investing in the sector, what you could do by doing the ETF for the year or the past 3 months, your money would have grown 14% just by investing in a sector. Technology services, which is very similar to electronic technology, over the past 3 months, 12% over the past 3 months. And consumer durables, what's been hot over the past 3 months, 12% as well. So those three sectors by themselves, 12, 12, and 14% is one person's year, hopefully. And they just done it in 3 months. Now, what's not been hot over the past 3 months? You got two sectors in particular. You got energy minerals, which has been down 7%. You got communications, which has been down by 2%. Now, when I look at communications, I don't know what to do with communications. Those are going to be your companies like Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. I just don't really know who's going to break out. I mean, it's very, very difficult to tell who's going to, who's the best communications company. I don't really know. So I'm really staying away from communications. But energy minerals, which has been down by 7%, that's not hard to see at all. I mean, my God, everybody uses energy. Everybody uses oil. I am heavily looking in the energy minerals sector to find something on sale. Everybody put in the comments below, on sale. I love me a good sale. And when the stock market goes on sale, I love to buy. I don't know about nobody else, but I like to buy my stuff on sale. Now, that's our market recap. Let's take a look at the pre-market info that you need to know as you head into Monday, April 3rd, 2017.
What if technology gave us the power to turn?
I hate these pop-ups. I don't even know what that is. All right. Will you stop already? Jeez Louise. All right. So here's what you need to know is moving to the market here. Second quarter begins today, right? Second quarter 2017 starting off on a cautious footing. So now we're in April. So first quarter, January through March. We're now moving on to the second quarter, heading into the hot months. U.S. stock futures are holding steady after the main indexes posted eye-popping rallies over the first 3 months. The Dow Jones Industrial Average pushed up by 4.6%, while the S&P 500 gained 5%, and the NASDAQ surged 9.8%. So over the first 3 months of the year, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, just by investing in the Dow Jones itself, you will be up 4% or 5% in 3 months. Just by investing in the S&P 500 itself, you'd be up 5.5%. Just by investing in the NASDAQ itself, your money would be up 10%. Now, what we're talking about there is what they call ETFs. Everybody put in the comments below, ETF. That just stands for Exchange Traded Funds, which can be tied to an index. So what is an index? An index is the Dow 30. That is an index. The S&P 500 is an index. Okay, what is an index? An index is nothing more than a basket of stocks. So let's repeat that again. ETF. Everybody put that in the comments below. ETF, which stands for Exchange Traded Fund. An Exchange Traded Fund will be connected to an index. What is an index? An index is going to be something like the Dow 30 or the S&P 500. Okay, so what is an index? An index is nothing more than a basket of stocks. A basket of stocks meaning there are companies that are represented by their stock or a stock ticker. So you can actually be diversified just simply by investing in an ETF that's connected to an index. And if you would have done that over the first 3 months, and you had an ETF that was connected to or that would follow the Dow 30 investment, Dow 30, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, your money, right? Your money would be, what was I saying? Your money, let me stop. This is really, okay. Your money would be up 4 or 5% if you had invested in an index that's followed the S&P 500. Another word for S&P 500 is SPY. Everybody put in the comments below, SPY, S-P-Y, like you're spying on somebody. The SPY. They call it the spiders. S&P 500, your money will be up 5.5%. And if you had invested in that index or an ETF that followed the index of the NASDAQ, your money would be up 10% in 3 months. Let me ask you guys this. Where else are you getting these type of returns on your money? Where else are you getting these type of returns on your money. Definitely not getting in your savings account. So why is your money still there? Where do you have your money right now where it is growing or where it has the opportunity to grow? Something you might want to think about as you start moving forward in life, and also putting your children in a position where they can have their money growing for them over a long period of time and have compound interest working for them. This is, again, why I'm teaching the class this Saturday on how to buy stock for your kids. At some point in time, the Black community is going to move beyond being interested in building wealth, and they're going to commit themselves to building wealth. How do you commit? With your behavior, simply registering and learning what you don't know, so that you can put yourself and your family in a better position financially. Instead of begging for wealth, you build wealth. All right. So the European markets that looked lackluster in early trading. These are small gains and losses of the key indexes. Most Asian markets ended with the day with gains. You got some tech stocks sort of down right now. Shares in Imagination Technologies are getting pummeled in London, down 67%. Oh my good. After the British company said Apple plans to stop using its technology. So Apple is using the IGMF technology and planning to stop, and the shares in IGNMF are down 67%. Can you imagine? Do you see the kind of impact that Apple has on a brand when they say, we're not going to be using your stuff no more? Okay, Apple is the company's biggest customer and paid more than $75 million in previous fiscal years to use Imagination Technologies' intellectual property. Now, Toshiba shares also got slammed. Toshiba's been having a tough time. I mean, I don't know how long Toshiba going to be in the staying business way. They've been getting hit. Anyway, they're down 5.5% in Japan as investors worry the company may not be ready to report its earnings after earlier delays and massive write-downs on its Westinghouse nuclear business. Auto reports watch auto stocks on Monday as major U.S. auto manufacturers report their March sales results. So March sales results for the U.S. auto manufacturers are coming out today. Sales for 2016 set a record of 17.6 million cars and trucks, a slight increase over the 17.5 million vehicles sold the previous year, according to figures from Sales Tracker Auto Data. So Monday, we have the Auto Manufacturers Report Monthly. The H-1B visa applications open up for new fiscal year. So if you need to get a visa, you can begin to do that today on Monday. Now, as we move forward here in our show here. Good morning, Miss Shauna, Miss Black Butterfly. How are you? Fly so high. Here's news that you need to use here. 8 takeaways, guys. 8 takeaways from the White House financial disclosures. Thought this might be interesting for us to talk about today. Number one, Trump White House is very, very wealthy. Everybody put in the comments below wealthy. Trump has filled the White House with advisors who raked in millions of dollars last year. Ivanka Trump, the president's daughter, and her husband, senior Trump advisor Jared Kushner, collected about $195 million in income. Their assets combined could exceed $700 million. The disclosure forms generally require employees to list dollar amounts in ranges such as $100,000 to $1 million. Trump's top economic advisor, Gary Cohn, the former president of Goldman Sachs, netted about $75 million last year, according to his disclosures. White House chief strategist Steve Bannon made up the $2.5 million, and advisor Kellyanne Conway's income was up to $846,000. This is the type of money that your leaders of the great nation of America are disclosing. So just imagine what they're not disclosing. But anyway, Michael Flynn didn't initially list Russian speaking gigs. Former national security advisor, this is number 2, by the way. Michael Flynn did not include thousands of dollars in speaking fees he received from 3 Russian companies in his initial set of forms he filed in February, just before he resigned. Flynn's initial disclosures omitted money he received. Isn't that like tax evasion? Omitted money he received from Russia's state-funded television network RT for a speech in Moscow, and from air cargo company Volga Dnipro Airlines and cybersecurity firm Kaspersky Government Security Solutions for speaking engagements in the United States. Flynn included the speaking fees in disclosure forms he filed Friday, according to the documents. Woo! Good morning. What's going on, Chris? What's going on, Kyle? How are you? Thanks so much for tuning in. Number 3, Kushner reported Ivanka's stay in Trump's Washington hotel. It was announced only last week that Ivanka Trump will become an official government employee, so her financial disclosure forms are still in the works. But we know from a 54-page document filed by her husband, Jared Kushner, that she maintained partial ownership of the Trump International Hotel in Washington. Her stake was valued between $5 million and $25 million. And it earned her between $1 million and $5 million in income in 2016. Her lawyer says she will file her own forms within 30 days. We don't know whether the Office of Government Ethics will require that she divest her interest in a hotel or if she will volunteer to do so herself. Financial ties to Mercer family are detailed. So Bannon's forms show that he has a financial ties to an array of conservative organizations and sources funded by Bob and Rebecca Mercer, the family of influential Trump donors. The family of influential Trump donors, important to know. Bannon's list $191,000 last year in consulting fees. Consulting fees, $191,000 in consult. Why am I going over this, guys? I'm going over this because I want you guys to raise your level of expectation. See, you guys don't put enough value on the things that you can do. $191,000 in consulting fees. Oh my goodness. All right. And I'm not charging enough. I mean, my God. All right. Which he alleged he received more than $125,000 in consulting fees from Cambridge Analytica, a data firm used by many Republican clients. The Mercers have close financial ties to both organizations. See, this is how the game works, guys. The money always stays in the house one way or the other. All these people work together. You get the money, I'm getting the money back. You get the money, they give the money to one another. That's how they stay rich. This should be a sign to Black America. If nothing else, this is how it works if you practice group economics. Other sources of income include Banner Strategic Advisors, a consulting firm valued at as much as $25 million, and Affinity Media Holdings, which could be awarded him capital gains as high as $1 million last year. Bannon is selling some of his stake in Cambridge Analytica and Glittering Steel, another Mercer-backed entity, according to the firms. So your homework, in case y'all don't really realize this, you might want to look up Bob and Rebecca Mercer. I mean, these are people that are making donations. So they obviously are wealthy as all get out. They probably have some nonprofit organizations. I think they might run Mercer or something like that. Maybe the Mercer, the school, is named after them. But I would challenge you to look up Bob and Rebecca Mercer. Find out who those people are, what they've done to build their wealth to a point where they can be giving all of this money away to help fund those organizations, which ultimately is funding our oppression at the end of the day. I mean, that's just what it is. But you can't blame them. They support their own. And why don't we? That's all we need to do. We need to support our own. Yes, the cut deals and past profits back and forth. Yes, you start learning. See, that's what I tell you. Once you start learning about money, I mean, oh my God, you get mad, but then you start thinking about some things that you can do. Number 5, Goldman Sachs made Gary Cohn rich. Everybody put in the comments below, rich. Goldman Sachs. I don't know if there's any more corrupt bank in the world than Goldman Sachs. I mean, oh my goodness. All right. Most of Cohn's money came from his job at Goldman Sachs, which he left in December, and related investments. His list assets that are worth between $252 million and around $600 million. Cohn's portfolio. Now, let's start talking about this, guy. His portfolio. Somebody write this in the comments below for me, okay? His portfolio. I need you guys. Club Millie, somebody take this down for us, please. Cohn's portfolio also includes a smattering of positions in individual companies. So I always say this. If you want to be wealthy, you should do what wealthy people do. So what we're about to find out is what Mr. Gary Cohn, who is wealthy from his days at Goldman Sachs, where some of his investment positions are in some of these companies. And it includes, he held up to $500,000 in Intel shares and up to 1 million shares in Microsoft stock. Cohn also had stakes in Kraft Heinz, Live Nation Entertainment, McDonald's, Philip Morris, Facebook, Box, and Twitter. Now, of course, I don't think all of those are good investments. But I'm saying, why don't we just spend some time going through Cohn's portfolio and see if we can find some investment opportunities ourselves? Let me read those companies again, and hopefully somebody in Club Millie got. Matter of fact, if you're in Club Millie, please take these down and then put them in a post in our group so we can just have some time to go over these. Intel, Microsoft, Kraft Heinz, Live Nation Entertainment, McDonald's, Philip Morris, Facebook, one of my favorites, Box, BOX, and Twitter. So if you're in Club Millie, if you got that for me, and you're going to go ahead and do that, please go ahead and put that in our group so we can come back to this. I'm going to be looking at these companies, see what's going on. All right. Now, sorry. Yeah. For those that are not in Club Millie, that's just Club Millie stuff. That's just what we do. That's part of the benefits that become when you become a member. You get to have conversations like that. And we do this on a regular basis, by the way. No big deal. Let's get back to what we're talking about. All right. The lengthy document also shows that Cohn held a stake in the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China. When he took the White House job, his shares were worth more than $1 million. Sean Spicer reported investment rental properties. So Sean Spicer is a real estate investor. We want to be wealthy, do what wealthy people do. Sean Spicer has skin in the real estate game. The White House press secretary owned 1 commercial property and 2 residential properties in different cities in Rhode Island. He also owned 2 commercial properties in Madison, Alabama, and 4 residential real estate properties in Alexandria, Virginia. 6 other properties are worth between $250,000 and $500,000. 1 is worth between $100,000 and $250,000. 2 are worth between $500,000 and $1 million. Omarosa, good old tranny. Omarosa Manigault received $25,000 wedding dress. Omarosa, the White House advisor and former contestant on The Apprentice, appeared on the episode of TLC Say Yes to the Dress that hasn't aired yet, but she didn't do it for free. The gig earned her a wedding dress, custom veil, and accessories worth $25,000, according to her financial disclosure forms. And then last but not least, Mr. Peter Navarro hit the speech circuit. Economist Peter Navarro, the head of Trump's trade council, scored a number of paid speaking gigs in the past year. Now, this is important because many of you guys don't understand that once you learn the skill of public speaking, you can get paid to talk. It says in the Bible that idle chatter leads only to poverty, but you can do a whole bunch of idle chatter when you're getting paid to speak. So some of you guys might want to consider that paid public speaking. It is a skill that you can learn and you can get paid to talk. All right, getting back to what we're talking about. He cast a wide net. Navarro had $10,500 for a keynote speech to the Casket and Funeral Supply Association of America after the election in November. He also earned $10,000. He also earned $10,000 for a speech to the Captive Insurance Companies Association in March 2016. He received $7,000 for a talk delivered to the Metals Services Center Institute in January 2016. $10,000, $10,000, $7,500 for talking. What they say, if you know better, you'll do better. I don't know if that's true, but what I do know is once you become aware of some of the ways that other people are making money, it might just change the way that you think about making money. He's getting paid to speak. We saw rental properties. We saw investment in other companies. I mean, we done seen everything from this Trump's advisor. They're showing us, they're giving us a little roadmap on what we could be doing to build wealth for ourselves. If you want to be wealthy, do what wealthy people do. All right. So what else do we have for you? Anything else I wanted to make you aware of? It's now 8:03. You know what? I think that's gonna be it for today. There's some other stuff, but we're gonna wrap it up right there. So just to recap real quick, guys. On what day is that? On Saturday, we have the MBWS class, How to Buy Stock for Your Kids. Many of you guys are interested in this class. I'm going to see how many of you guys are committed to teaching your children, getting your kids in the game at an early age. We just learned a lot of different ways that wealthy people are building wealth. So if you want your kids to be wealthy, then show them how to do what wealthy people are doing. And one of those things is they buy stock. They own a part of some of these big companies that we support each and every day. Your kids can do the exact same thing. All you got to do is put them in position, and it starts by a simple registration. All right, we also do have as well the Dow 30 investment session on Wednesday, and the Dow 30 stock market game that's going to be starting next week. But we're going to have an introduction about it so we can show you guys what to do to build your portfolio to compete for a prize at the end of our time. And then today's episode has been brought to you by Wesley Learns to Invest. You can get this book for $20. It's the first of its kind, a kid-friendly introduction to the stock market and investing. All you got to do is text the word invest to 678-851-2400 to show that you want to buy this book today for 20 bucks, and we'll get that thing out to you ASAP, Rocky. Well, this is ERGJ, certified financial educator from the Money and Power Show. Hopefully you learned something today. I know that you did. And hopefully be back with us tomorrow as we go into Tuesday, April 4th. Hey, remember this, that it takes a village and it starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. Have a wonderful, magnificent Monday.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We'll see you all there at the next